this video, I'm going to flip through my Plum Paper Weekly Overview Planner that is disc bound to show you how I used it functionally in the month of January and what worked and what didn't work and what I might be changing going forward. Hi, I'm Kristen and I post functional planning videos and simple goal setting videos on my channel. If you're like me and you need a gentle reminder to just keep it simple, please make sure you're subscribed and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's my disc-bound Plum paper with my planner cake covers on here. I will link the video in the description where I talk about how I set this up in case you're wondering, and that way I don't have to go into it in too much detail in this video. But I have my cover here and I'm already kind of like itching to change my cover out. This one is very springtime and we're in the middle of winter and I am missing that I don't have like a wintry cover. So I think it's time to start collecting new covers or maybe even experimenting with making my own since these are disc bound. I do have a laminator, so that might be something I do in the future. So I've got some sticky notes here and you might notice there's a folder up here. So this is usually in the back of the planner and I kept having to reach for it and like look through these stickers and things. So I thought, let me move this to the front because it was kind of annoying to have to flip through all the way to the back because I have a bunch of different stuff back here. And so I thought, well, why don't I, while I'm using all of these stickers and just kind of putting them in and taking them out over and over again, I figured I would just move the folder where it was like easier to get to since I'm in the front of the planner all the time. That's so fun and cool to be able to do that with the disc bound planner. So that's really fun and I'm really liking that. And then this also gives me another idea. If I'm making a new cover, I wonder if I can make a folder. I know how to make folders. I've made them before, like in the past for like traveler's notebooks and stuff. And I'm sure I can make a double-sided pocket folder big enough for this planner and then punch it. So that's something fun I'm gonna have to think about and maybe go find some cute cardstock or something. So of course, if I do that, there'll be a video. I'll show you how to do it. So that should be fun and just something to add to my list of videos to make. So I've got here my tending list and this is from my Power Sheets. I pulled it out, well, I snipped it out. So Power Sheets have the tending list in every month is perforated so that you can pull it out without like ripping it. And then that way you can tape it wherever, put it on your fridge or, you know, put it in your other planner. I left the holes on and then covered it in washi and then punched it for disc just so that there would be enough room so it wouldn't punch into the content. And that has worked really well. So just the function of having it here and being able to move it around and take it out and like set it here while I'm planning and stuff like that, that has been helpful. And the washi tape has kept it nice and sturdy and neat and everything. For me personally though, during the month of like needing to use this, I'm not caring for it because I don't have anywhere to put it. So I like that I can put it in here and I think that's like a great idea and I might revisit it again as I continue to like curate the setup and make the setup of my disc planner like really work for me. I don't really have a spot within my month to keep this where it's not covering other things. And so while I really love that I can just take it out and put it here, and then I can also just take it out while I'm planning my week, for example, it's also kind of like annoying to have to flip back and find it. So I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about it yet. Ideally, it would be where I could keep it like within the week I'm in, but then it covers the actual week. So yeah, that's something I'm still experimenting with. In February, I am not going to take my tending list out. I am just going to leave it. But what I did was I went ahead and added all of the things that are on my tending list to my my like dashboard, my monthly dashboard. The only thing I didn't add is the habit tracker, but I do have a way to track my unplugged hours, and I think everything else will just kind of have to be just every few days. I will actually take my power sheets out and check the habits. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. It's just habits are never a priority for me. And so that's always kind of like, I'd rather do the little tasks of these things than pay attention to my habits. So I don't know. Maybe I'll use a little habit tracker sticky note or something. We'll see. But so that's that. And what I'm going to do now, when I am done with my January tending list, I'm going to take this out of here and tape it back into my power sheets so that I can keep it for, you know, reflecting on and everything for like the quarterly refresh, and then of course the end of the year. So as far as the setups pages go, these worked really well for me. These were really great whenever I was planning my month, and I was able to just kind of look on here and see. This I still haven't found a use for. I think I might just transfer my goals into here, and then I do only have 8 goals, and there are 12 boxes here, but I thought that might be a good opportunity just to like make it cute and add some deco, or maybe just add some quotes, or I don't know, just use some of the other boxes in a different way. So we'll see. If I do that, of course, I'll show you. Here I have my 1,000 hours tracker. I'll talk about this when we get into the weeks, but I am just tallying up how many hours I am unplugged from scrolling on social media, and then on Sunday night I go and, or Monday morning, I go and add all of those hours in. I have some other things here. I haven't filled this out yet, but this is something I need to, I think I need to do this during whenever I'm setting up my tending list and just kind of doing my month in review here. I think I should fill out the progress I've made on things. So that's something that I just kind of need to keep handy somewhere where I can remember it. I have some work goals on this paper. I don't really want to show those, but it was just a printable that I think is no longer available from Cultivate, but yeah, I just printed that out and then filled in some work goals. So now we're getting into January, and I have my sticky note here for January. This is a 3x3 printable sticky note that you can find in my Etsy shop, and sometimes I put them in my freebies, and you can get that from the newsletter, which there's a link in the description to sign up for that. But you can get the whole year already ahead of time in my Etsy shop. I don't really use these a lot. This could be a good habit tracker, like I had mentioned with the habits here. Like I could pick one that, whatever, maybe one habit I want to focus on that month, and I could like write it in the blank spot and then check it off, and then this can go from week to week if I want to, or it can just stay on in one of the monthly pages. I don't know, we'll see, but that's a good use for that, and I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, there's that. And then I have my dashboard here, which you'll see the big blank meal plan. That's just, I intended to put my January meal plan and never did. And I'm feeling it. I love to plan my menu the whole month in advance so that I don't have to think about it every week, and I can just look at it and see when I'm making plans, okay, here's what I had already decided to cook that week, and just kind of make sure that still works for us. And then I can just order the groceries a lot easier instead of having to think every day, like, what am I making each day? I haven't been doing that, and I can feel the stress that comes along with that. Whenever I'm just so used to already having it done for me that now I'm having to take the time to think about it, and it's just not, I don't recommend it. So I need to get back on that in February. I really need to. Over here, I didn't even use this little dot grid section, so I am using it differently in February. I'll show you that because I do already have February set up. I do have my debit tracker sticky notes here, and there are two because one was from, you know, it straddles over 2 months, and so we're still in January, so I still have the end of January to track. And I actually do, I haven't filled this all in yet, so I do need to go and update that. But then I didn't use this space at all for anything. And then I have my monthly checklist here, and I can check a couple of things off that I'm looking at. So that's good at least. And then the other ones that aren't checked off yet are on my weekly to-do list for this last week in January when I'm filming this. I left my space open here for school notes, and I did finish this book, and yeah, so that's just all. This is just kind of like whenever I am planning my week, I check this and make sure any of this information gets put on my weekly plan, if that's what, you know, if it's happening that week, or, you know, I just figure out which tasks I can do and have time for. And now we go to the monthly spread. So in the past, I've always used an Erin Condren planner for the longest time, and in Erin Condren planners, the tab opens directly to the month, and then the dashboard pages come behind it. So it has been taking some getting used to, but I'm not mad at it. I don't mind that we go here. It's just that I'm always like, oh, turn the page whenever I'm looking for my monthly calendar. But once I have my week filled out, I actually am referencing this more, or I can see myself referencing this page more. So it actually, over time, once I get used to it, I think that's actually going to come in handy to have the dashboard page, you know, be where all my lists and little notes and stuff are. So, and then especially the meal plan if I was actually using it. So, yeah, I think that even though it's like, it is an adjustment, I think once I'm adjusted to it, it's actually going to be better to be able to flip to the dashboard. Okay, so then on the monthly calendar, I used a lot of Plum paper winter stickers, the seasonal kit, and some Planner Kate things. So I really like Planner Kate's BW icons to use on my monthly calendar because it doesn't take up a ton of space, and I usually use the icons to indicate those recurring tasks that if you look at like a month I haven't planned yet, I always have these sticky notes for the recurring tasks that happen on like the same day each month. And so I put them there until I'm ready to plan and decorate. I have considered just putting them in here all at once. And I don't know, I'm just so used to using the sticky notes that because I use, you know, when filming Plan With Me videos, I want like a blank canvas to start with before we put the stickers all down, right? But I use my planner. Like it's not just for decorating and making videos. Like I actually plan my life in here. And so the sticky note technique has always been my solution for having the information on the calendar, but leaving the paper clean for filming. And like starting fresh. But then I started putting in things like no school and just like the information that I might need whenever I'm like kind of pre-planning out things. And I kind of really like that a lot better. And so I am considering just going through the whole planner and all the months and putting in the icons where they're supposed to be. Some things aren't always on the same day, and like, you know, the orthodontist appointment or whatever. And then plus those braces are probably coming off in August or September, so I wouldn't need to do the whole year, but you get the idea. I may do that. Not that this isn't working, it's just, I don't know, like it just seems better to have the plans on the calendar like a normal person and not like a person that films their plans, I guess. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. Sometimes I get a little rambly and I don't know if I've articulated my thought clearly, but anyhow, I also liked using these dash stickers from Planner Kate, and it makes me want to get more of these. I have been trying to use up all of the stickers in my this book here, only because there's not really any reason. It's just that I've had them for so long. I feel like I should be using them instead of just collecting them on these pages. So, you know, I just want to use what I have and not just collect things for fun and buy things for fun. I want to actually use the things I am getting. So I have been using up those Planner Kate stickers as I'm able to. I am actually using a lot of them in my work planner because that is an Erin Condren, and I am using the Erin Condren colorway in there. I still like the Erin Condren colorway. I love it, and I might continue to use it. Like for February, it's easy because it's pink and Valentine's, and March is green, and that's St. Patrick's and stuff. So I'll probably continue along with that color scheme mostly. So. Those stickers are all very usable still. But you know, over here you can see this got really crowded, and there's lots of like, you know, this was canceled, and we had a couple of days of snow where school was canceled because in Houston we don't have the infrastructure to handle like snow removal, and none of our cars have tires that are good for snow and ice, and nobody here can even drive on a normal day, let alone on an icy road. So it's safer for everybody to just shut down the city for a couple of days. And so we had no school, and it's been fun because we don't really get to use snowy stickers that often in Houston. So only every, like, I don't know, 3 or 5 years or something does it actually snow here. So anyhow, we have a lot of stuff here, and initially looking at it, it's like, whoa, that's a lot of stuff. But it's really just because I put down the snow stickers there. I had over here, I put my goals for January, and I'm still not sure how I want to use the sidebar, but I'm not going to put the goals there. So in previous planners, I've used the sidebar on the monthly spread for my monthly to-do list, but now I'm doing it here, and I like it here. Especially because it's like all of the data and information I need to know when I'm planning my week is in one spot, like the task-wise. So, and then now I'll have goals and stuff on these pages too. So I still don't have any reason to use this yet. So I don't know, we're just going to kind of see where it takes us. I might just end up using that for decoration, which will be fun because I do like decorating. I just don't like to take up my functional space for that. And if I'm not using this space functionally, then that might be like a fun way to add some whimsy and fun. I did put a couple of checklists here just to see. I was really just testing out these stickers to see if they would work on the monthly, because I have added lines to my monthly spread. I didn't use them, and I don't think I will. I prefer to have this whole week available to see what's going on. So like, for example, this week, we actually do have plans this weekend, but I've covered up those days with checklists that I'm not even using. So I'm not going to do that again. I know a lot of people will like to cover up the days of the previous month and the next month, and then only see the days from this month. But the way my brain works is this is still a full week. So whenever I'm planning out this week, I need to know what's going on that weekend. So I don't want to cover up that. Yeah, so anyway, that's something I will change in the future going forward. And now we're going to get into the weeks. And this was where I was testing out these stickers from Planner Kate. These are mostly the journaling sheet and the notes companion page sticker sheets, and I did really like them. I think that they fit almost perfectly. The checklist flags fit almost perfectly on the plum paper lines. Just like you can't even tell, just some of them just get slightly off towards the end, like the longer the list goes, but 3 or 4 will always stay, you know, perfect. And then it just starts just ever so slightly getting off, but it's not enough to make it look weird. And you can still tell exactly which line each flag goes with. So if you do like to use the checklist stickers to add a little bit of color and fun to your pages, and you are using this plum paper, that will work for you. That notes companion page will work for you. I am not one to I don't need these. I usually just leave a space. I don't like to add color and extra stickers in bulk if I don't need to. I do prefer to not have a checklist, but again, I was testing this out, and it might look like because it's empty that I didn't like it and didn't use it, but actually what happened was I got really sick. I think I got sick on this Monday the 30th, and by the 31st I realized I was sick, because this day I was out of the house all day, so I feel like I picked up the germ that day. And then this day I mean, I was asleep. It was New Year's Eve and I didn't even celebrate. I just was so sick. I was asleep for like days. I had a high fever and yeah, anyway, I've talked about being sick in plenty of my videos, so I don't want to go too much into that, but I didn't use my planner. And the reason there's nothing written here is because I actually had to put the stickers down early, because this was in collaboration with Planner Kate and on their blog. And so I needed to get the pictures of it taken, of where the stickers can fit on this layout. And then I was gonna go back and film the plan with me where I actually filled it all out. And then I was sick and I never did. It just didn't happen. So anyhow, I did kind of try. I think I started tricking myself into feeling better towards the end of the week, and I was trying to, like, you know, get back into like getting the groceries ordered and cleaning and everything. And I did manage to help my husband put away Christmas, and I did sweep and mop the floor, and that was it. Like, that was a mistake, and I was just out and just sick for the next week too. So anyway, I didn't use these, even though I would have, and I can tell you I probably would not have liked using the checklist flags, but I do like that they fit, and I'm glad I was able to test that for you. And then, like, I would have filled this out for sure, this little checklist. I love this box, and I really hope that Kate makes this little doodle checklist box like a full sheet. Right now that's on journaling sheet 3, and I want like a full sheet of these. So yeah, I definitely would have used that, but I just didn't. And then I also don't really care for the clutter that this adds, kind of similar to the checklists. Adding these days of the week, I don't need them. They're already printed on the page. So it's fun if you like to add that little bit of color to your planner. It is fun. I think I would prefer, if I was gonna do this, I would prefer maybe just a sheet of the plain ones, or just all one color and not these darker colors. But I don't know that I care for the alternating colors like that. So, okay, so that is week 1. Oh, up here I did the arrow off of one of the journaling sheets, and then I just put no school, because this whole week we had no school. And so that was just kind of my way to indicate there's no school this week. So then we go to the next week, and I didn't plan this ahead of time. I actually went back. I was still sick. We went out. I thought I was getting better, and then going out just made it where I was not better. And then I just ended up being sick like for the rest of this week too. But I did try, and that's what this is. I had just kind of gotten this set up and wrote everything down. There's a long list because I hadn't done anything the week before. You know, I still needed to cook dinner. My husband had to go back to work, and so, I mean, I still needed to be able to, like, get some food in my kid's belly and make sure he was off to school, and picking him up from his things and stuff. So, you know, mom life, sometimes you don't get any more sick days. So I filled in everything and tried to do some stuff, and that's just as far as I got. Not many check marks there. This, I came back, I think I didn't mention this, but this highlight here, this was added after the fact, and this is where I'm tracking the hours of being unplugged. If you remember that tracker that I was talking about, my unplugged hours. I came back and kind of looked at my habit tracker, and when I was reading my Bible and stuff like that, I knew that was a dedicated time where I was unplugged from social media, is at least that hour that I spend reading my Bible. So I just kind of went back and figured that out, and just this was added later. And I'll talk about what I'm going to do differently going forward when we get to the end. And then this was similar. This was just, I didn't film this week. I was back on track, I think, this week, where I think by this day, maybe, I had started feeling better enough. I didn't have fevers and stuff anymore, and I wasn't like dead. I was able to get up and move around. I still was coughing constantly, and so I wasn't really able to film too much. I did get some videos filmed, but man, it took forever to edit out all the coughing in those. But so I was able to kind of try. This was my week of trying to get back on track, and I had to get back on track with like my house and my filming and my just work and emails and comments and all that stuff. And so that was this. And again, it was just, let me just write it out in pen. And I actually prefer this a lot. Just writing everything in pen works so much better for my brain than trying to make it cute for the internet. And that is, let that be a lesson to you. So I make videos and I post stuff on social media to, this is my job now, and so I need it to look cute. And there is a level of aesthetic value that I need to incorporate into my planning, but I also need to keep it real because I really am planning my life with this. So it's a really hard kind of give and take where I can't just have this boring list like this every single week, just because that's not what helps attract people to watch my channel or to look at my photos on Instagram, right? Like if you're watching planning videos to learn how to plan, because you need to get organized and you need to keep track of like your life, your kids' life, your work, whatever it is that you are responsible for keeping track of, this works. You don't need all of the stickers. The stickers are just fun. But then some people need the stickers to keep their interest in planning. So you just got to figure out what it is that works for you. And some people need the stickers just because it's a fun hobby too, and there's nothing wrong with any of that. I'm just saying that if this is your first foray into planning and you're just trying to figure out how to plan and what to put where in your planner, just try writing in the planner and not worrying about all the stickers and all the extra bits until you figure out what it is. Don't get discouraged if you're thinking, oh, I need to get all these stickers to put in my planner and they're expensive and let me get some and then use them and they still doesn't solve all your problems. Don't get discouraged. Just take a break from the stickers and just write the stuff down and check it off when you do it, and then work up to those other things. So yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. But I just, there's nothing really to add here other than this works for my brain and I need to keep doing this. This needs to be the focus of my planning for me specifically. Just getting the stuff written on paper. Adding a sticker here and there just to do it is fine, and I'll still continue to do that. It's just, on weeks like this where I didn't add a single sticker and just wrote everything down because I just needed to get it figured out, that's just what I need to remember is what works. Okay, so then yeah, this week again, and again with the unplugged hour tracking, backtracking, I guess. So this week I got the stickers back out because I wanted to just use the ones I had. And this was the week of the snow, and I thought it would be fun to use the wintry stickers from Plum paper. And so I did that because they were little snowmen and it said let it snow and stuff. And it's like, when am I ever going to do that or have a reason to use that again? I am very literal in my brain, and so if it doesn't normally snow here in the winter, so all the snowy stickers don't really appeal to me. But I had some, so there we go. I was able to use them. So I did kind of decorate with a little bit. I had like the icons and things, and again, my literal brain was struggling with planning this because I wanted the icons to match what the list was, and I need to quit doing that. It's just fun to have little stickers. Like, it's just fun, and I have a hard time. I am very functional, and I'm always like, well, then what is the point of a, you know, little snow beanie, right? Like a beanie hat that you wear in the snow. What is the point of that, right? I'm not going for to-go coffee this week. Why do I have a to-go coffee cup here? That's, my brain is fighting that every time I use a decorative sticker. And that's why I think it's hard for me, because I can't just let it go and use it because it's fun to use. I have to have like a reason to use it. So anyway, that's just something I've kind of figured out about myself. This is where I did use some stickers, but I definitely wanted to keep most of everything very functional. And you see I did that here. Here's where I added stickers, and I've learned that the Planner Kate stickers, these ones that say no school, don't want to stick to these Plum paper stickers. Are kind of, they're not slick, but they're also not so matte that you can write on them with any pen. I don't like them because I need another pen, like the labels, and so I want to use the labels in a way where I can layer scripts on top. But some, like these ones, keep coming up, so I don't know what that's about. Anyway, and that looks way too cluttered to me, but I wanted to use the snowmen, and I wanted to, I don't know, like I could probably take these like exclamation points out. I just wanted to indicate that it was like a crazy event that doesn't normally happen. But it's too much. It's too much, and I regretted that, using that. And then this is where I decided I needed to start keeping track of the hours that I was tracking for my unplugged hours. I realized I need to start tracking that on the day, because I was trying to go back and look at everything, and it was just like, this isn't accurate anymore. And so, yeah, so that's where I was like, let me just put a highlight down and then just start tallying. Every time I spend an hour dedicated to not being on social media, which is also, I keep saying not being on social media, but it's really scrolling mindlessly when I should be or could be doing something else. My job, a big component of my job is social media, so I have to be on there, and I don't consider you know, me commenting on someone else's post or answering comments or DMs on my Instagram. I don't consider that part of needing to be unplugged, because that's a very intentional activity that I'm doing that supports my work. And I am fortunate enough to be able to do this and have spent the time, the 3 years until now, putting in the work to build up my channel and my following and everything, to where this is starting to be able to support my family in a consistent way that I know I can rely on. But in order to keep that up, I do need to continue to be using social media and not just using it whenever. I'm very strategic about it. I've learned I need to be very strategic about it. I'm still trying to be, but you know, I have to say, this is the time I'm going to set aside to get on Instagram and go look at all of my friends' pictures and comment on them. And you know, I'm making time for that, so that I'm not just doing it all throughout the day and then ending up just scrolling randomly for things that don't support my goals. Anyway, that was a long TED Talk too, so sorry about that. But basically the tallies are how many hours have I spent intentionally not picking up my phone and scrolling videos or whatever. Like, that's what that is. And a lot of times in the evenings is really when I will sit, like after I clean up after dinner, I'll just sit and look at my phone. And then before I know it, it's bedtime. And it's like, how many hours did I just spend sitting here laughing at random videos when I could have been reading a book, studying the Bible, quilting, doing a cross stitch, working on any number of projects I have, playing in planners, like things that I really want to do that support my hobbies and my goals. Anyway, so that's what that's about. And again, I always do this. I always add too many stickers, need to stop, and just add a couple. That's all I need is a couple. And then here, as we turn the page and there's more stickers, right? This was, again, just trying to use up stickers from that original sticker kit that happened here. Just trying to get it to where I didn't feel so guilty about partially unused sticker sheets. If I use as many as I can, then I don't feel as bad like getting rid of them. I have like a pile of unused sticker sheets that I know I'm not going to get back to. What I end up doing is I'll take if any of the colors coordinate with my the Erin Condren color scheme, I will go add them in here. So at the end of this week, when I'm done with this week and I know I'm not going to use any more of the stickers for the week, I will go through and take all of these that go with that kit and decide which ones I do want to keep and put in, like, probably a lot of July, just because this blue kind of goes with the navy blue of July. And then, yeah, just go put them in there, and then I might start another page like this light blue. I still really like it, even though it doesn't really go with the Erin Condren color scheme. So I might start putting some on a blank page if I wanted to keep them. But yeah, that's kind of how that works. And this week I used these stickers, and I actually do like this. I feel like this keeps it organized, more organized than this, where I just used these labels to indicate what I'm focusing on that day for work. And then right below it is everything else that's happening that week. I do have a separate planner for work where I actually get into detail about these things. So like, this day for Monday the 27th was a filming day, and I have another list elsewhere that goes into much more detail about what I'm filming and everything else. And then of course there are other things that are happening for work that day, little tasks here and there that I need to do, and those are on that list in that planner. That is something that I can't really share here, just because there's a lot of little moving parts, and the different brands I'm working with have asked that things remain private until certain days. So I think what I'm going to end up doing with that is do a flip through like quarterly, because I do want to show you how I've set that up. It's an Erin Condren monthly planner. And so I think what I might do, maybe in March, you can look for where I'm going to set up April, May, and June in that planner, and I can flip through how I've used it, and then there'll be much less censoring and blurry boxes and post-it notes covering things, so you can actually see how it's used, because by that time all of those dates will have passed. So you should be able to see more of that. I did kind of flip through it this morning to see if I could add it to this video, but there's still just too much that I wasn't really comfortable sharing yet. So anyhow, that planner has all the details, but on this planner, I like to have the main idea of what I'm doing that day, because that helps me know like what part of the day. Like if it's a filming day, I know the first half of the day is dedicated to filming when the lighting is better. But like if it's an editing day, I know that if something comes up that I need to do something earlier in the day, or if like maybe something for PTO comes up and they need help, I can help in the morning if I'm planning on editing that day, because I can edit at any time of the day when I'm at home. So that's why I like to have that there in my personal planner like this. And I do like having the checklist here for specific days when certain tasks need to happen on certain days. I like having that. I'm kind of considering maybe in a future week trying to divide this with lines. You know, I would probably do, I don't have, here, let's use this. Like maybe just like a little square worth here, and then putting maybe like the focus of the day here, and then having any like personal events and work events, or maybe just like timed events and then tasks, but then having it actually divided out for the day. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking about doing that, because if I do it that way, I won't have to have quite as many stickers on the page. And like I said, I like to have fewer stickers. So it's a thought of a way I might do things differently in the future. Over here, I just have checklists. When I'm filming this week, because I just haven't checked anything off yet this week. So, and then I have here my cleaning checklist, which I did have here, but then I have this like basic work checklist, and I'm just kind of covering that up for privacy for now. And then here is where I'm going to track those unplugged hours. So remember we talked about here, I was doing that. So now I'm using this space here. It's just a 7 lines, so it's perfect for tracking things by the day. And so these are my unplugged hours, and I'll just tally here instead of on the day. And I'm going to write my scripture of the week here in a minute when I'm done filming. And then I don't know what I'm going to use this box for. I think I just kind of like I had my cleaning checklist there, but then this also kind of works there nicely too. And then of course I can still put any kind of note there that I want to that might come up this week. So, but I think the cleaning checklist will probably live there, because then that way it won't cover up anything. But yeah, that's how I have planned. Oh, and then this was just a little bit of cardstock from a Cultivate What Matters, the little band that went around the box for my Power Sheets. This is my Power Sheets cover pattern. I just took that and just cut a little strip of it off and punched it with my disc punch to make a bookmark, because I didn't have a bookmark for discs yet. So that's kind of working. I don't like how it's flimsy, but it works just fine for now. And the next page here is, I haven't done anything with this yet, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's for January, so I feel like it's a really good spot to do like a monthly reflection, or even like highlights or gratitude, or a currently page or something. I do my monthly reflection in my Power Sheets, and I have a gratitude notebook, and I'm doing terrible with memories and memory keeping, so this might not get used this month. But what do you use the back page of your planner for? So like, or your month. So I know like Erin Condren planners also have one back there that's just a lined page that faces the tab. In my work one, I'm actually just using that each month for any of the ideas I have for upcoming content, and that's working well. But for this planner, I don't really have a use for that for the way I plan, because if it can't be for things that need to happen in January, because I won't see them. So I don't know. What are your thoughts there? How would you use this page? Especially, I can cover that up. It doesn't need to be for January, but like each month it's going to say the month, the previous month. So anyhow, what are your thoughts on that? Let me know, because I could use some ideas. So anyhow, that's how I used my planner functionally in January. And I can show you this stuff too, I guess, real quick. Let's flip through the notes. I have my, this is in my setup too, since we're in January still. This is all probably going to be the same, so sorry if this is like a repeat for you, but this is my scripture memory for the week. I use Dwell Differently, whatever scripture they're working on, and their strategy for memorizing scripture each month is to use the first initial of each word, and that was really helpful. Like, I memorized that quick, so I'm going to keep doing that, and just write the initials for each scripture memory, and that supports my goals of just rebuilding my relationship with God and reading scripture on the daily, and my word of the year is dwell, and everything works together really nicely. So this is my chronological Bible reading plan here, and I've already gotten through all of January. We're in the book of Exodus now, and it's great, and I actually really love the book of Exodus, so I'm enjoying this one. And I haven't finished writing out the whole plan yet, but I'll get there. And then I have, of course, the second half of the year to fill out as well. These are Planner Kate perpetual calendars. This I didn't do anything with. I will probably decorate it with, I don't know, favorite scripture or something like that as time goes on. And then here we have my books to read. This is because I want to read the whole Bible this year, and I took 2 of these Planner Kate sticker sheets and filled them out with all the books of the Bible, and then I just had to double up or triple up on John, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John in one of the books to make them all fit. And I actually need to come and highlight this because I'm done with Genesis, but I don't have a highlighter here right now, so, or the color I want to use. And then nothing here, and then I just have other notes here. This is an ideal week. I kind of used some leftover stickers to draw out my ideal week. If you've watched all my past videos, you'll be familiar with this layout. I still really love this layout, where it's like half the page is the week and the other half is the checklist. I don't know, I still really love it. So now I just have it on. This is the stuff that ideally, if my week goes the way it's supposed to go, then these are the things that happen each day. These are the tasks I need to check for. This is my cleaning checklist and my like my meal prep checklist, and then a couple of projects that I would need to check and see if I had projects and anything that goes with those. So anyhow, I just thought that would be like a cute little cheat sheet. And then I thought about listing all of my monthly tasks and things here to use as a cheat sheet, but we'll see. I might get around to that. And then just wild cards. I did already make my deposits for February. What I like to do is when I like to try to be always a month ahead. So one month I was able to get ahead, and so now each month I'm able to do, so like sometime in February when I make my deposit, it'll be the ones for March. So I keep track of all that in my You Need a Budget app. So yeah, and then order tracker, which I am dismally behind on. I need to update that. There's been more orders, and my coupon codes and just other things here that I don't think I've updated any of these. So none of these really need to be noted. So yeah, okay, so that is how I used my planner functionally in the month of January. And I'm thinking going forward in February, I want to try to consider making new covers, maybe seeing if I can make a matching pocket folder. I am not putting my tending list in my planner. I am just going to transfer the data to my dashboards. And then I am also going to try to use stickers more in a way that works better for my brain. And also I am going to be using the little space over here for tracking my unplugged hours. And then maybe there'll be 2 habits I check there because there's room, right? So I could break that into 2. We'll see. That is it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, please consider subscribing because I post functional planning videos on my channel and simple goal setting videos. And if you liked this one, you'll probably like those ones too. And I'd love to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.